Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with a nice video looking at all the upcoming imports on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 that you may want to keep an eye on. These are physical releases in Japan and other Asian regions that are only releasing there that we know of, and will play in English, unless otherwise stated. And as always, keep in mind, a Western physical could be announced at any point really. Let's take a look. inKONBINI, one store many stories, is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch 2 in North America. But wait, this is the imports video. Well, if you are purely an OG Switch collector, then you may want to import the Japanese and Asian physical, which is getting an OG Switch physical release. This is a cozy adventure sort of game where you manage a convenience store in a rural Japanese town in the 90s. Reviews are nicely solid for it. It's coming in a standard edition as well as a limited edition with lots of small goodies inside. UsoNatsu, The Summer Romance Bloomed from a Lie, is a visual novel that's releasing on June the 18th physically in Japan. This is a Yuri visual novel, a kinetic one, so there's no choices or branching paths. A chunky 16 hours, which is kind of long for the kinetic VN. Reviews are very good for it too, and it will have a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. HYKE Northern Lights is coming physically on June the 25th. It is a top-down action game with some nice looking pixel art. It's supposed to be a simple game with fast-paced combat. Some people find it a bit too simple, others found it to be an excellent game when it released digitally last year. Definitely one to keep an eye on. My Little Puppy is releasing on June 25th, rather soon. This is a game where you shouldn't judge a book by its cover or its name, because despite the shovelware name and art, it's actually a critically acclaimed game about a dog trying to overcome death. It's quirky, funny, heartwarming with some gameplay mixes too to keep things fresh. It's releasing in Japan and Asia, and there is an English cover version as a Play Asia exclusive. MAMIYA, A Shared Illusion of the World's End, another visual novel, a slice of life nakige, one designed to make you cry or feel very strong emotions. One for those who like a bit of misery in their life. Reviews are good for it though, and it's releasing physically on June the 25th in a standard and collector's edition. Kemco RPG Selection Volume 14 probably won't be an import exclusive if the Western publisher keeps on, well, catching up, but if they don't make it this far, then this could remain an exclusive. This will include Astroon Academy, Journey to Cresia, Alter Age, and RPG Spirit Valor. All will play in English, and it's coming June the 25th. Ganbare Goemon Daishuugo is releasing in Japan on July the 2nd. Now, this does not have English, however, not all of the games included will it be necessary. Sure, there are some RPGs in here that will be inaccessible, but on the whole, there is a bunch of action platformers from the 8 and 16-bit era that will be pick-up and playable in the Cult series. Weirdly, despite not having English, this is one of the most anticipated imports, and plenty of people have pre-ordered it already. And if you want to pre-order it or any of the games in this video, and you want to support me and my work at the same time, then you can find all the games linked down below in the description and pinned comment. You can pre-order from Play Asia, who currently have a free shipping promo on orders over $100, well, $99, but not for very long. And if you click my link, you can get 5% off with my discount code Jordan2026, but you must click my link first. Or you can pre-order many of them from VGP, who are a Canadian company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, like 55 American dollars, not that much. And any purchase made via a link helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Afterlove EP. This is releasing July the 9th, a slice of life narrative-based adventure game. This one is set in Indonesia, which has become a setting of a lot of indie games these days. They must have a thriving dev scene over there. And this is a nicely reviewed game too, and the physical comes with some nice extra goodies. Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X 1 and 2 Dual Collection, and the same again, but Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Both of these are releasing on July the 9th on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 as a proper cartridge release. This is a double pack of two very nice action platformers. I played the second one and I loved it. Now, these games already released individually in Japan on the Switch and in North America too via limited run, but this double pack upgrades the games with tweaks and better production to make them the best they've ever been. Each console is coming in a standard and collector's edition. Culdcept Begins. In the West, this is only getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch 2, but they are passing on the original Switch. It is a Switch 2 edition, so it's perfectly compatible with the original Switch, but if you are an OG Switch collector, you want that pristine collection, well, look towards Japan. This is an awesome looking new entry in the well-loved cult franchise. It will play in English, and yeah, it looks like it could be great. Fitness Boxing 3, Your Personal Trainer Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is releasing physically on July the 16th as a Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. So yeah, if you're looking to lose weight and you want the power of your fancy Switch 2 console to help you out with better timing, multiplayer options, and generally looking better, this will be the one to get. It's only releasing in Japan, at least that we know of. Dreamin' Her Boku wa Kanojo no Yume or Miru. This is a short visual novel that's set in the same place as another import exclusive, 7 Days. That is a bit more meatier than this, which will apparently only last like 6 to 7 hours, depending on how fast you read. Reviews are good for it though, and it's coming in a standard and limited edition July the 16th. 70s style robot anime Geppy-X. This is a shmup, and it is one of my most hyped games for this year. Originally a PS1 title that came on 4 discs, it's presented like an anime show, so lots of animated cutscenes. I'm not sure if the gameplay is anything to write home about, but I love that they did something like this, and it's complete with ad breaks and everything. It's insane they thought of doing this, it's genius. July the 16th in both a standard edition as well as a limited edition, I can't wait. The Prince of Tennis Sweet School Festival, Love 40 and More, and The Prince of Tennis Doki Doki Survival Eternal Passion Tiebreak Game are 2 Otomi visual novels originally from the PlayStation 2 era. These are remakes and will both be in English for the first time ever. No doubt a little bit old school, but I think it's really fascinating as an era for the genre, and I'm surprised Konami included English. I was hoping they'd do it with the Tokimeki Memorial series, the non-Otomi ones. Maybe if people import these, they'll see the numbers and consider it. They are both releasing June 30th, and although they are in the same series, I don't believe you need to play one or the other first, separate things going on. Definitely grab the Asian version, since I'm led to believe that English will be on the cartridge, unlike the Japanese one, which may need an update. The wording is a little bit confusing there. Staffer Retro, a supernatural mystery quest, a new game in the Staffer series. One of them is also an import exclusive physical like this one. This one is called Retro not because it's like 16-bit or anything, but because you solve past cases like cold cases, historic crimes and such. The other games are considered really good if you want a Phoenix-style experience, July the 23rd. Solitaria is releasing on the same day, July 23rd. This is a hand-drawn Metroidvania with Souls-like difficulty with a parry system supposedly very, very difficult. So difficult, they had to patch it to make it a bit more forgiving. But reviews for it are very good, and Metroidvania fans should keep their eye on it, as long as you can stomach the difficulty. There is an English cover version as well, which I believe is exclusive to PlayAsia. By the way, if you're new here and you enjoy physical video games, you enjoy actually owning the thing you pay money for, then do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button. It will be the best thing you do today, I promise you that. Not only do you get resources like these, but new announcements, discounts, videos, alerts on rare game restocks, the lot. It is the place to be if you like physical media. Maid of the Dead already has an import physical thanks to Hong Kong, but now there is a Japanese physical release coming too, and it will also have a rather expensive collector's edition. If you just can't get enough of maids with their machine guns, it may be one to consider, July the 30th. Blue Reflection Quartet is going to be a massive import exclusive when it releases July the 30th in Japan and Asia, with an English cover for that one. Here you get 4 JRPGs in one package with English, big JRPGs too, from Gus, the developer of the Atelier series. This contains the 2 main games plus gamified versions of the anime and the mobile gacha game. They've turned those stories into RPGs too. I'm very interested to see how that works out. Magical schoolgirl JRPGs where you fight gods, it's what games were made for. Kugayama Shiori's Death Diary is a pretty hardcore visual novel, so much so I can barely show you the trailer of what it contains, and at PlayAsia you have to search for it by name only. You won't see it browsing like Japanese pre-orders, so yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's pretty dark and disturbing, and it's releasing July the 30th. Route 16 Collection. Now, I still don't think language options have been shown about this, although it is very likely it will have English, and in the trailers a lot of the interface is in English, plus it's an old school arcade game, so how much English do you need? The signs are really good for it, although this dinky collection contains 3 games in the Maze Race series, including the upcoming brand new entry. It will have a standard and collector's edition on August the 6th. Cotton Rock With You is releasing on Nintendo Switch 2, also on August the 6th in Japan, on a proper cartridge. I guess this could get a Western release at some point, but the last Cotton game prior to this one is only just getting a Western physical, so they are very much lagging behind. Who knows if this will happen, but if not, it's nice that the Japanese physical will have English, and it looks to be another solid shmup in a lovely cute-em-up series. It's coming in a standard edition as well as a limited edition, which has an acrylic set, soundtrack CD, and art book. Starsand Island seems like it would be ideal for a Western physical release. It's a cozy farming live sim. Maybe it will eventually, who knows, but if not, in Japan and Asia, there's going to be a proper Switch 2 cartridge coming on August the 20th, and it will play in English. Although it is still in early access on Steam, this has garnered very positive reviews. Brigandine Abyss is a pretty big physical release, an import on Nintendo Switch 2. Why? Because this import from Hong Kong is sticking their middle finger up at the other global publishers of this game. In North America, it's a game key. In Europe, it's a game key. In Japan, it is a game key. But the Hong Kong publisher ain't having any of that nonsense. It is a proper cartridge and will play in English. And this is a strategy game in the Cult series. It looks great, and this must be supported. This publisher needs to be rewarded for their consumer friendliness. Hashire Hebereke EX is releasing on September the 3rd, and this is a remake of an obscure Super Famicom game. It is the Hebereke franchise, but as a racing game, and not even in carts. It's a running game too, really weird and wacky, not the kind of game one would expect, but it's coming, and it will play in English, and it's very cheap. Artis Impact. Now this is a game I featured one time before, a long time ago, but not since, because well, it turned out it was a very early placeholder and I didn't feel comfortable keeping on talking about it. But now it's back with a proper price as well as a release date. It's releasing in Japan September the 17th, which means there's plenty of time for a Western physical to be announced, but if not, this is a gorgeous looking adventure game. They tag it as a JRPG. I'm not fully convinced. It seems more like a gimmicky RPG thing, but nonetheless, it is a very highly rated game. It looks beautiful. Death End Request Code Z is going to be a big import this year. It is a Play Asia exclusive, and it is a game that's back from the dead. This was supposed to get a Western physical release, but had to be cancelled due to Nintendo of the West not approving of its brutal themes. However, this Asian release is a nice little loophole to have it in English, physically, on your Nintendo Switch, and stick your fingers up to Nintendo in the West. It's coming in a standard edition, as well as a 2,000 copy limited edition, which I didn't double check, but I think they still have it in stock. But it's coming later this year. Telenet Shooting Collection 1 and 2, another Play Asia exclusive, and one they are publishing themselves, not in association with East Asia Soft. And for me, this is a really interesting release. It's the only way to get Part 2 physically in English, and I hope they work with Adia more with their retro collections to give something like, I don't know, Valis, a complete collection with English, Cosmic Fantasy, a complete collection with English. That would be amazing. Here though, you get 8 shmups, mostly from the PC Engine, some from the Mega Drive, slightly obscure, but very much looking forward to this. And I made a video about it to explain why I think it's quite an important release, if you want to watch that later. Hakuoki Memoirs Drifting Clouds is a Play Asia exclusive release in association with East Asia Soft, their latest one, and this is a fan disc of the original Hakuoki. I think it's the third one, oddly, but it is the first time it's been translated into English, so definitely for fans of the original who just want more time with the characters they love. It's coming in a standard and limited edition and will be releasing sometime early next year. Bit of a way to go. And there we have all of the currently known import exclusives that will play in English where necessary. If you want to pre-order any of them, please do so with the links below. And if you are hyped about any of them, then leave a hype on this video, okay? Hype this video up so that it spreads the word around. Get these physical games supported. And if you want to purchase any of them, please do so with the links below. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.